Aloha, welcome to Chappy's Tiki Bar. Today we're doing the hashtag Chappy 7 Shoutout Challenge. That's 7 uploads in 7 days, 7 shoutouts to 7 different YouTube channels. If you're interested in participating, check the description below.
Aloha, welcome to Chappy's Tiki Bar. I'm Chappy, with me as always is Mookie. Today we're doing the hashtag Chappy 7 Shoutout Challenge, and we have a very special shoutout to Maplecook. He's a fellow Canadian. So this challenge is a great opportunity for other YouTube channels to show appreciation for the YouTube channels that support them. So it's 7 uploads, 7 days, 7 shoutouts to 7 different YouTube channels. So today we're doing Maplecook, special shoutout. This is an awesome channel. It's hilarious, and the effort this guy puts into his uploads is amazing. To quote Ewan McGregor in Big Fish, he has more determination than any man you're ever likely to meet. It's a lot of cooking, and he goes to great lengths to get the ingredients. It's an amazing channel. You got to check it out. And at the time of filming this shout out, he's just a hair off of 1,000 subscribers. So if you're a YouTuber, you know what a big deal that milestone is. So stop what you're doing, stop watching me, go to Maplecook and subscribe. I'll wait. Go do it now, I'm serious. All right, and then if anybody wants to participate in the hashtag Chappy7 Shoutout Challenge, I'll just go over the rules really quickly. Rule number 1 is to have fun. I'll get back to that in a sec. Rule number 2, it's the gist of it is 7 uploads, 7 days, shoutouts to 7 different YouTube channels. Back to rule number 1, have fun. You can do shorts, just shoutouts. There's no deadline. And no callouts. So Maplecook, don't worry, you don't have to do the 7 shoutouts in 7 days. But please go to his channel and subscribe. Rule number 3, use in the title or description or anywhere in your upload hashtag Chappy7 Shoutout Challenge. And rule number 4, just leave in the comment section of one of my shoutouts that you accept. That means you want to do the challenge, and I will promote you in any way I can. I'll share you, I'll like you, I'll love you. We got a great episode coming up. First up, I'm going to make a drink, and then we're going to head out to the lake. So we'll do a quick drink. I call this a Pina Colada cream soda. So I got my cocktail shaker. We're going to go about 2 ounces of coconut milk. Little ice. Oops. Sorry, Mookie. And we'll go 2 ounces of pineapple juice. I have some nice key limes. We'll just put a little fresh lime in there to add a little zip. Okay, we're going to give that a shaky. Okay, so you're wondering where's the cream soda part? Well, the cream soda is fizzy, so I'm gonna add it later. I got my tiki mug, and we're gonna do a double strain. So I got a really good cream soda. It says Island Soda made with real cane sugar. So it's very tropical. And it says a cream soda drink. So it's clear. All right, and we'll just finish that off. And then I got a nice fresh pineapple with an umbrella for garnish. And that is a Pina Colada cream soda. Leave in the comment section below if you think this shirt makes Mookie look fat. All right, so we got a great episode coming up. We're going to head straight out to the lake, and we got Mookie on location for best tropical destination stories. And then for Appies with Chappy by the lake, we're going to do some potato skins. So stay tuned for that. So Mookie's actually in Hamilton, Bermuda on location to try to get best tropical destination story. Now, it's just in. Mookie's expecting some kind of tropical storm to come in. So she's now going to report on the storm. So take it away, Mookie.
Thank you, Chappy. This is Mookie reporting from Hamilton, Bermuda, just outside the Bermuda Triangle. It looks like we have a major tropical storm hitting our way. This could be the big one, Chappy. I was talking with a chief from one of the indigenous tribes here. He indicated to me that a huge storm was coming. Now, I will be taking shelter after this report. The gentleman that predicted this storm was coming is the chief of a local tribe, and he also plays the role of shaman. Now, through spiritual practices and the use of a Mayan sundial, they can actually predict the weather quite accurately. Now, I assume by nightfall the entire island is going to be pounded by this tropical storm. I'm very concerned about the local inhabitants here, who are primarily English-speaking members of the British colony. Now, the locals and tourists alike don't seem to be taking this warning seriously enough. I'm very concerned. The chief's exact words to me personally were, "There's a blizzard coming your way." Back to you, Chappy.
Now, Mookie, you mentioned the term blizzard. Blizzard means snowstorm. You're in Bermuda. I don't think there's an actual blizzard coming your way.
Yeah, about that. When they said Blizzard was coming away, he just meant he was going on a Dairy Queen run. They got me a mocha Oreo fudge. Yeah, my bad. Does anybody out there know if chocolate will kill me? Back to you, Chappy.
Thank you, Mookie. So coming up,
Appies with Chappy by the lake.
I'm going to do some potato skins. When you get potato skins, like in a sports bar, they're just potato skins. But my potato skins are very meaty. So I got some potatoes out of the garden. I'm going to parboil them. But instead of just doing the skins, I'm going to basically take a third of the potato off. So they're going to be a nice meaty potato skin. So I'm going to parboil them in a little water. And then I'm going to garnish it with, I got cheddar cheese, I got some spring onions, and of course I have some crumbled bacon. So I'll get started on my potato skins. These are potatoes right from the garden. Just going to load them up with some nice cheddar cheese. And then we got the crumbled bacon. And then the green spring onions. These are from the garden as well. So I'm going to put these under the broiler at 450 just until the cheese is all melty. The potatoes are pretty much cooked all the way through. Alright, I think they turned out pretty good. I'm going to serve them with a little bit of sour cream and fresh salsa. And to go with them, I'm going to make a Port-au-Prince. So stay tuned for that. Alright, so Yoda and I, we're going to make a drink to go with our potato skins. We're going to do a Port-au-Prince. It's from the original Don The Beachcombers. He's the guy that started the tiki bar craze. His original restaurant was in Los Angeles. So this is a Port-au-Prince from Don The Beachcomber. All right, yo, that's okay. All right, so I'm going to get my cocktail shaker. Okay. We got a 1/2 ounce of fresh lime. It says a 1/2 ounce of pineapple juice. And a 1/4 ounce of Demerara syrup. It's just a simple syrup that I made with Demerara sugar. And it says a dash of grenadine. I actually have some homemade grenadine. Check out my Nollins episode where I made homemade grenadine for my hurricane. So that's just a dash of grenadine. And it says a 1/2 ounce of falernum. I have an episode where I make my own falernum. It's basically just rum with like 18 spices and different ingredients in it. All right, I got to go get some Angostura bitters. Yoda, you stay here. All right, so that's a dash of Angostura bitters. And that's a 1 1/2 ounces of rum and coffee liqueur. All righty. We'll give it a shaky, shaky. I got some ice. And then some maraschino cherries to garnish. It looked a lot greener when I made it out at the cabin with the potato skins. But that's a Port-au-Prince to go with my potato skins. Thanks for your assistance, Yoda. Thanks for watching another edition of Chappy's Tiki Bar. Make sure you subscribe to Maplecook. And this is Mookie, and I'm Chappy. What's that, Mookie? Oh, Mookie says we're going to leave you with a quote from the band Weezer. You can't knock the hustle. Leave a 5-star review, and we'll leave you one too. You can't knock the hustle. See you next time on Chappy's Tiki Bar.